Welcome to Getting Started with Programming. I'm Dr. Pierce. In this video, we're going to look at the if-else structure. In this lesson, we will learn the difference between an if and if-else. We're going to look at the structure of an if-else statement, and we're going to look at how to apply the if-else to different examples. First of all, the difference between if and if-else. In the previous lesson, we talked about the if structure, and that when we had a condition, if that condition was true, we branch one direction and we perform a task, and then we proceed with processing. But in if-else structure, we have if the condition is true, we perform one task, but if its condition is false, we perform a different one. Either way, we're going to do something, but it's going to be a different something. Notice here, in both cases, we come back to the same place and we resume processing. So the structure in if-else statement, here we see an if condition. If the condition is true, then we're going to perform some task. Otherwise, we're going to perform a different task. Okay? So if this condition is true, we're going to do this. And then we're going to ignore the else block, and we're going to resume processing. Okay? If this condition is false, we're going to ignore everything that's inside the if block, if portion, and we're going to go to the else. The else means anything else. So if this is false, then we do the else, and we're going to perform everything in here. So we're going to ignore everything that's inside the if portion, and we're only going to perform the task in the else. Let's look at an example. Are you 21 or over? So if the answer is no, they are not 21 or over, we're going to say access denied. But if they are 21 or over, we're going to say access granted. But either way, we're going to come back to the exact same place, and we're going to resume processing. Okay, so let's say we have a discount code. So maybe your customers are given a discount code, and if they have a discount code of 1, we're going to give them a 15% discount. Any other discount code is going to give a discount of 0. Okay, so let's take a look. So we start with a condition if discount code is equal to 1. Well, let's say discount code is equal to 1. So we ask, is discount code equal to 1? If that is true, we're going to set the discount to 15%. Okay. But what if the discount code is 2? Well, we're not going to take the left-hand side. We're not going to do the code inside that if branch. Instead, we're going to ignore that, and we're going to go over to the right-hand side or inside the else branch, and we're going to set discount equal to 0. But either way, once we're done, we come back together to the exact same place, and we resume processing. Okay, let's change this up a little bit. Suppose you want to change the program so that you will have a 20% discount if the discount code is a 1, a 15% discount if the discount code is a 2, and no discount if there's any other code. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. We're going to start with if discount code is equal to 1. So we're going to ask, is the discount code equal to 1? Well, let's just say that it is. Discount code is equal to 1. So is discount code equal to 1? Yes, it is. So we're going to take the yes branch. We're going to set our discount code to 0.25, and then we're going to exit the if structure. Okay. But what if discount code is not equal to 1 and instead it's equal to 2? Well, we ask, is discount code equal to 1? It's no, so we're going to take the no branch. But if it's not a 1, then we check to see, well, is it a 2? In this case, so now we're going to ask, is it a 2? And yes, it is. So we're going to take the yes branch. Discount is equal to 0.15. We then exit the if structure. But what if the discount code is not equal to 2? It's a 3 or a 4 or a 10 or anything else. Okay. Well, we're going to say, is discount code equal to 1? No, it's not. So we take the no branch. Is the discount code equal to 2? No, it's not. So we take the no branch. And discount is equal to 0. We then exit the if structure, and we resume processing. Let's look at this in pseudocode. Okay. So if discount code equals 1, let's say discount code is equal to 1, so we would process discount equals 0.25. Notice then that we then immediately go down and in the if block. Okay, but what if discount is equal to 2? Well, we're then going to ignore the if block. Okay. We're going to then we're going to perform the task in the else if section. So we're going to check, it's going to check to say if discount code is equal to 1. Nope, that's not right. So it's going to ignore the discount equals 0.25. And it's going to say, well, else if discount equals 2. Oh, that's true. So we're going to do this. Notice that it's then going to ignore everything else, and it's going to jump down past the if block. But what if the discount is a 3 or a 4 or a 10 or anything else? Okay. Well, it's going to check to see if discount code is equal to 1. So say nope. So it's going to ignore that. It's going to say, well, is it discount code equal to 2? It's going to say nope, and it's going to ignore that. And now it's just going to jump up here. It's going to ignore everything else. It's going to come over here else and say, yep, it's else. That means anything else. So since this is not true and this is not true, we're now going to go to the else portion, and discount will equal 0. Okay, so notice then the no. So in this case, if we're doing if, else, if, else. It's only possible for one of these conditions to be true. It can't be a discount code of a 1 and a 2 at the same time. It's going to be either this or this or this, right? Okay, and you can have as many as you want to. You can have, maybe we have a discount code 1, a discount code 2, discount code 3, and a 4, and then anything else, okay? So we can have as many else ifs as we need to. If discount code equals 1, if that is false, notice the no. If it's false, then check to see if it's something else, okay? Well, if it's not a 1, then maybe it's a 2. So if it's not a 1, then check to see if it's something else. That is an if, else condition. But now let's look at a nested if, okay? Let's look at this example. Is it raining? Well, if it's not raining, just go outside, okay? But what if it is raining? Well, then let's check to see do you have an umbrella? So if it is raining, check to see if you have an umbrella. So then if we do have an umbrella, go outside. If we don't have an umbrella, let's stay inside. And we resume processing. Notice this time we ask it if it is true. In this case, we want to ask if it's true, then we ask the next question. In this case, it is possible. This is a nested if because that means that more than one thing can happen at the same time. Simultaneous. It's not an if, else because it's not one or the other. It could be more than one thing. If it's raining and you have an umbrella. Let's look at this nested if. If it is raining, if that is true, then let's check to see if there's an umbrella. If there's an umbrella, and let's say that is true, then we go outside. But what if it is raining, but we don't have an elevator? So if there's an elevator, it would be false. Then instead, we're going to go to the else portion of the if. We're going to stay inside. But what if it is raining is false? Okay, so it's not raining. Then it doesn't really matter if we have an umbrella. So if it's not raining, we're not going to come inside. We're not going to ask if there's an umbrella. We're going to immediately jump down to say, if it's not raining, then we're going to ignore everything inside this block, and we're going to go to our else statement, and we're going to go outside. So everything inside here, since this is false, everything inside here will get ignored. Okay. The idea of AND logic says that in order for something to occur, we have two conditions, and both of those conditions must be true in order for the whole statement to be true, in order for us to do something. So in this case, we're saying, well, we want to give a bonus to all salespeople who sold 3 items and $1,000 worth of merchandise. Okay, so they have to have sold at least 3 items, and they have to be at least $1,000, and then we're going to give them a bonus. Okay, so did they sell at least 3 items? Yes. Okay. Well, then we go to the yes branch, and then we say, well, did they sell $1,000? The answer is yes. So then we're going to give them a bonus. So for an and condition, if this is true and this is true, so if this is a yes and this is a yes, then they get the bonus. Okay. So, or we can use the and operator. Here you see the word and. Okay. And here you see the word and. Okay. So if item sold is greater than items min and value sold is greater than equal to minimum, value minimum, then give them a bonus. So we can just combine them together. So this statement does exactly the same as the statement above. Just combine it using the word. So now look at OR logic. When you use OR logic, you're saying that at least one of the conditions must be true. Okay, so with the OR logic, so let's take the same example. In this case, we're going to say, well, we're going to give the bonus to everybody who sells at least 5 items, or they sell at least $2,000 worth. Okay, so they can do either one to qualify for the bonus. Okay, so in this case, only one of them has to be true. So since only one of them has to be true, as soon as we get a yes, we can give them the bonus. Okay, so we're going to ask the question: is their minimum sold equal to 5? Okay, if that is true, then they get the bonus, and we can leave. We don't need to worry about the other one because all we need is one true. But if it's not true, then we have to. If they didn't do the 5, well, then did they sell $2,000? If they did, then they get the bonus, and we exit. And then if they didn't sell 5 items and they didn't sell $2,000, then they would take the no branch, they would get no bonus, and they would then exit without any kind of bonus. So in this lesson, we learned how to write an if statement, how to write a statement that contains multiple conditions where we are looking at more than 2 possible outcomes, how to write nested conditions where there are 2 or more conditions that are dependent on each other, and how to evaluate multiple statements using and or operators. This has been Getting Started with Programming. Thanks for watching.